Ever wondered how an earthquake, aside from causing devastation to human lives and infrastructure, might impact our environment? Today, we dive into the ecological repercussions of these seismic events. Earthquakes, although often thought of as isolated incidents, can create a ripple effect throughout our environment in numerous ways. From ground shaking to tsunamis, from soil liquefaction to changes in Earth's axis, we're going to explore at least 10 significant ways these natural disasters can alter our world. Let's unravel the mysteries of earthquakes and their environmental impacts. First off, we have the most common effects: ground shaking and surface rupture. Now, when we think of earthquakes, the first thing that often comes to mind is the earth trembling beneath our feet. This ground shaking can trigger landslides, especially in hilly or mountainous areas. These landslides not only cause immediate destruction but can also lead to long-term changes in the landscape, disrupting habitats and ecosystems. Next, let's consider surface rupture. This is when the ground physically breaks and shifts. Imagine the impact this can have on groundwater levels. When the earth splits, it can disrupt aquifers, causing water levels to drop in some areas and rise in others. This can lead to flooding and water scarcity, affecting both human communities and wildlife. While these effects may seem localized, they can have far-reaching impacts on the environment. From the smallest microorganism to the largest mammal, every creature is bound to the rhythm of our planet, and these disruptions can echo through ecosystems near and far. Next on the list is a phenomenon known as soil liquefaction. This process occurs when saturated soil substantially loses its strength and stiffness in response to applied stress, usually due to an earthquake, causing it to behave like a liquid. Imagine a solid ground turning into a quicksand. That's soil liquefaction for you. This is not just a fascinating scientific occurrence, it poses a real threat to the environment. For starters, soil liquefaction can lead to the loss of fertile soil. When soil turns into liquid, it can easily be carried away by water or wind, stripping land of its nutrient-rich topsoil. This can significantly affect agriculture and plant life, both of which rely on fertile soil for growth. Additionally, this phenomenon can lead to the destruction of habitats. When the ground loses its solidity, structures, trees, and other elements of an ecosystem can sink or collapse, disrupting habitats and causing harm to wildlife. The loss of fertile soil and habitats can have a cascading effect on local and even regional ecosystems. Moving on, we have the water-based effects of earthquakes, tsunamis, and seiches. These phenomena, while fascinating, can bring about drastic alterations to coastal ecosystems. When an earthquake rumbles beneath the ocean floor, it can trigger tsunamis, a series of massive waves that crash into coastlines with unimaginable force. The impact doesn't stop there. The arrival of these waves disrupts marine life, uprooting the very foundation of their existence. Coral reefs, the vibrant underwater cities, can be severely damaged or wiped out completely. Coastal vegetation, an essential part of the ecosystem, can be washed away, leaving the land barren. Now let's talk about seiches. Less known but equally impactful, a seiche is a standing wave in an enclosed or partially enclosed body of water. Seiches can cause significant changes to the water quality, affecting the life that depends on it. The effects of these water-based phenomena can be devastating and long-lasting, changing the face of coastal areas for years to come. Now let's talk about something a little less tangible but equally impactful: changes in Earth's axis. It's a fascinating concept, really. Picture this: our Earth, spinning on its invisible axis, a delicate balance of gravitational forces at play. Now imagine a massive earthquake, so powerful it actually nudges Earth's axis. Sounds incredible, doesn't it? Well, it's not just a flight of fancy. Scientific studies have shown that significant seismic activities can indeed cause shifts in Earth's axis. Such shifts, though minute, can lead to changes in the planet's rotation, affecting climate and weather patterns over time. Think of the repercussions. Altered weather patterns could result in more frequent and severe storms, or conversely, prolonged droughts. Either scenario could have profound implications for our ecosystems and biodiversity. While these shifts are minor, their potential impacts on our environment are far from negligible. Last, but certainly not least, we have fires and air pollution. When an earthquake strikes, ruptured gas lines and damaged electrical circuits can spark fires, turning cityscapes into an inferno. This not only leads to massive destruction of property and loss of life, but it also significantly impacts air quality. Smoke, filled with harmful particles and gases, billows into the atmosphere, tainting the air we breathe. What's more, these fires release copious amounts of carbon dioxide, a notorious greenhouse gas contributing to the warming of our planet. The aftermath of these fires can last for months or even years, as the air pollution lingers and greenhouse gases continue to trap heat. This is a clear demonstration of how the effects of earthquakes extend beyond the immediate shaking of the ground. The environmental cost of earthquakes extends far beyond the immediate effects, contributing to the larger issue of climate change. As we have seen, earthquakes have a profound impact on our environment, from the ground we walk on to the air we breathe. They shake and rupture the very foundation of our world, causing devastating changes in landscapes and ecosystems. When the earth quakes, the ground can literally liquefy, swallowing structures whole and creating hazardous conditions for recovery and rebuilding. This phenomenon, known as soil liquefaction, can change the face of regions for years to come. But the effects of an earthquake are not confined to the land. They can trigger tsunamis and siege, causing widespread destruction along coastlines and in bodies of water. These water-related disasters can lead to loss of life, destruction of habitats, and long-term changes to marine and freshwater ecosystems. Interestingly, earthquakes can even affect the Earth's axis. Although the changes are minute, they can have significant implications for our planet's rotation and climate patterns. Lastly, the fires triggered by earthquakes can lead to severe air pollution. The smoke and particulates released into the atmosphere can have harmful effects on air quality and contribute to global warming. In conclusion, the environmental impacts of earthquakes are far-reaching and complex. These natural disasters have the power to reshape our world in an instant, leading to profound and lasting changes in our environment. Understanding these impacts can help us better prepare for and mitigate the environmental effects of earthquakes, safeguarding our planet for future generations.